Some people can walk into a messy room, a broken plan, a stressed conversation, and within minutes they're already solving it. They know what tool to grab, what sentence to say, what step comes next. On the surface, it looks like confidence, like competence, like they just have their life together, but psychology often tells a deeper story. People who know how to fix everything usually learned that skill for a reason. It wasn't always born from curiosity or talent. Sometimes it was built through pressure, unpredictability, or years of needing to be the stable one when no one else was. Sign 1. They notice problems before anyone else does. Most people can ignore small issues until they become obvious. But fixers often detect tension early, a strange tone in someone's voice, a delay in a reply, a loose hinge, a financial risk, a mood shift in the room. This kind of awareness is often connected to pattern recognition. The brain becomes trained to scan for disruptions because, at some point, disruptions mattered. Maybe chaos used to create consequences. Maybe mistakes led to criticism. Maybe nobody else was paying attention, so now they see what others miss. It can look impressive, and sometimes it is. But it can also be exhausting. Because when you're always noticing what's wrong, it becomes hard to fully relax. Even calm moments can feel temporary. Sign 2. They feel responsible for things that aren't technically theirs. If something goes wrong, they step in. If people are uncomfortable, they smooth it out. If no one is leading, they take over. If something breaks, they assume they should handle it. Psychologists sometimes connect this to overdeveloped responsibility. It often forms in environments where a person had to become dependable early. Maybe they were the mature sibling. Maybe they grew up around emotionally inconsistent adults. Maybe they were praised mainly when they were useful. Over time, usefulness becomes identity. So instead of asking, "Is this mine to carry?" they ask, "How fast can I fix it?" That can make them highly capable. But it also creates a hidden burden. They may struggle to receive help because being helped feels unfamiliar, sometimes even uncomfortable. Sign 3. They stay calm during chaos. This surprises people. While others panic, fixers often become clearer, more focused, more organized. They know what to do when something goes wrong. That response can come from experience. When someone has dealt with enough stress, the nervous system sometimes adapts by becoming highly functional under pressure. They may freeze less and act more. There's a lesser, known side to this, though. Some people only feel mentally sharp when something is wrong. Calm can feel strange. Silence can feel empty. Stability can feel boring. So they unconsciously gravitate toward problems because problems are where they feel most competent. Not because they love drama, because chaos is familiar terrain. Sign 4. They often struggle with their own problems. This is one of the biggest contradictions. The person who can solve everyone else's issues may avoid their own for months or years. Why? Distance creates clarity. It's easier to see patterns when you're outside them, but when it's your own pain, your own confusion, your own habits, emotion clouds judgment. Also, many fixers are externally trained. They learned how to respond, rescue, organize, support. But they may never have learned how to sit with themselves, feel uncertainty, or ask what they need. So they become experts at repair while neglecting maintenance. They can rebuild everyone else's house while quietly living in one that needs attention. Sign 5. They connect love with solving. This one runs deep. If someone they care about is hurting, they immediately search for answers. Advice, resources, plans, action steps. Sometimes that's helpful, sometimes it misses the real need. Because not every pain needs a solution. Some pain needs presence, but for fixers, presence can feel passive. Solving feels safer. It gives direction. It gives purpose. It creates the feeling of control. Many learned early that care meant doing something. So when someone says, "I'm struggling," their mind hears, "Fix this now." And when they can't fix it, they may feel guilt. Even when all that was needed was to listen. Sign 6. They rarely notice how tired they are. Competent people often receive admiration. People rely on them, trust them, need them, but being needed can hide burnout. When your identity is built around capability, exhaustion gets postponed. You keep going because stopping feels selfish, weak, or inefficient. Until one day the body speaks louder than the mind. Irritability, numbness, brain fog, withdrawal, quiet resentment. The person who fixes everything sometimes reaches a point where they no longer want to fix anything. And that moment can feel confusing because they're not lazy, they're depleted. The deeper psychology here is simple. Many people who know how to fix everything learned to become strong in response to instability. They became useful because usefulness created safety, approval, or control. That strength is real. It deserves respect. But strength without boundaries turns into self-erasure. Real growth for these people usually begins when they learn a new skill, letting some things remain unfixed, letting others carry their share, letting discomfort exist without immediately managing it, letting themselves be cared for, not just depended on. Because the healthiest person in the room is not always the one solving every problem. Sometimes it's the one who knows which problems belong to them and which ones don't.